to show you this new Texas A&M build. And just so you know, I turned up my music a little bit louder because I've got a metal roof and it just started a monsoon here and I'm right by my roof. So just turn it up just a hair. And I'll try and talk a little louder, otherwise you're just going to hear lots of dings on top of the roof. So Texas A&M build, he wanted a custom dial, so we lasered out, actually this was acid etched. Acid etched out all the background in around the Texas A&M as well as the background, and then the wife was able to mix multiple enamels and create a maroon for the background. So hand painted with the enamel, then we let it sit for a bit, baked it, then sanded everything back off, so everything that was raised was then uncovered of paint, so your pips and your logo itself. So that is that is the dial. Went back in and pipped it. I added a silver handset and then a custom painted silver seconds hand, and then we matched that paint to this maroon bezel diver insert to get our coloration. So we've got a brushed case. If you ever nick it, just use Scotch-Brite and brush with the flow and you will brush in that imperfection. Tall coin bezel, one of my favorite bezels. And then you wanted a custom, I don't remember what you called this, but it was Texas A&M related. Custom engraved crown. And then, let's see, got your exhibition case back, smaller window so it's a lower profile. Did a black rotor on there just to stand out a little bit. And then it's got a stainless steel movement holder going on in there. It's going to be hard to see at that angle because the window isn't as large. And then custom engraved clasp. We did the Aggies on there. Same thing on this one. This is brushed, so if you ever nick it, just brush straight down. One motion, don't go back and forth. Just pull. And if you want, like if you would ever do that, let me pull my camera back some. Will this lift? I don't know that I ever show this, but if that ever happens, you can really focus your brushing if you do that. Same thing on this. Now, if you're going to do this and this separate, you might count them out, because I tell you, it might sound weird. If you do 20 on this and 10 on this, you can definitely see a coloration change, like a tone from the side. But you can definitely do them together because this is essentially brushed too, straight down. So if you're you can just pull, or you can put some masking tape, like some blue painter's tape or something like that if you're that worried about it, and just pull down. So, because this is where you're going to get desk crash and that kind of thing. But that is your build, man. I hope you like it. I thought it turned out pretty killer. For us to be able to match that paint, I thought it looked pretty awesome. So that's your build, man. Automatic, mechanical. Oh, one thing. Bezel is held on with a tension ring. All bezels are held on a tension ring so it doesn't click. So you can turn it left, you can turn it right. They do not click. They just spin. But we just put them on a little bit tighter, so it's tougher to spin just a little bit, just so you can kind of set it where you like to set it and not have it move on you. Let's see. Automatic, mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder as a rotor on there. But if it is dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you pre-wind it just a little bit before you put it on so you don't lose any time. How you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. Once then, you can spin it, which is this direction. You can wind. The backwards wind doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your spacing on this with your wobble crown. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, you will keep time throughout the day. If you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve, which is what I do as I wind these up and then make sure they're good to go the next day running. So If you pull it to the one and only click, you can now set your time. Now you'll notice you've got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure against that stem going into the movement. So if you're pushing and pulling on it, it's rotating, it's rolling with it. So one thing I do to help with that is I just kind of pull back and put a little bit of tension on it. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:28 p.m.
2:28 p.m. Also makes it nice and easy to push right back over and thread down. So that is the build, sir. I hope you like it. I thought it turned out pretty killer. Custom matching beads. Yeah, if I recall, you showed me the watch that you had, and it was like a Shinola, and all they did was put the little logo on the dial, which, if you're going to do that, you want to maybe use some of the colors more, maybe in the accents, or engrave the crown, or do something like that to tie it in. When you just screen print your dial that you already make with that, you're not really, you're just kind of cutting corners there. You're spending like $2 to upcharge, you know, a lot. So, so at least now you've got a little bit more of a custom piece, one off for you. That's your dial. That's your. I mean, granted, that's the logo, but I guarantee if we had them, if somebody else goes, "Oh, I love that, make me one of those too," the color on the dial wouldn't be the same. I mean, it was, you know, she mixed that, and that's how that turned out. And to make it again, you know, it's going to be a different tone. Wouldn't do the same hands on it, wouldn't do the same crown on it. So even if somebody out there likes this build, you're not going to get the exact same one. I won't do that unless Philip would say, you can make that same watch for that guy over there. I don't mind if two people have the same watch. So, but I thought it turned out pretty killer, man. Matching beads will be in there. Whether you wear them's completely up to you. You're going to have your custom matching Texas A&M box. It's going to come with watch cleaner, which is good on all glass and metal. So this whole watch, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. And then you're also going to get some fine scratch remover. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it, but if you do, it's okay. Put a tiny bit on it, buff against it, and knock out that scratch. Use your included microfiber. I don't have it in maroon. I had it in red. So you've got maroon. This is red. But use your microfiber, buff that scratch out, and it should knock out in like 10-15 seconds. Use your thumb to get some heat behind it. Just use what you need because you're filling a scratch. The rest is just going to get pushed around the top of the acrylic. So that's the build. I hope you go like it. I hope everybody watching likes it. Oh, also in your box will be your custom laser etched build and warranty cards. So appreciate you reaching out to me to grab a watch. And hope you love it, man. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.